Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
Kanawinaka, Fiji, in this bulletin, COVID-19 travel ban extends to Spain. Banks roll out hardship incentive packages. And medicine shortage a worry.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Edwin Nunn.
Spain is now included in the list of countries to whom Fiji's borders have been closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Permanent Secretary for Immigration Yogesh Karan confirms that as of today, all foreign nationals who've been present in Spain within 14 days of their intended travel to Fiji are not allowed in. This is in addition to China, South Korea, Italy and Iran, which were already on the travel ban list. Karan says all Fijians returning from these restricted countries are required to undergo mandatory self-quarantine for 14 days upon their arrival. He stressed that all Fijians traveling overseas should be aware if a country they visit is added to the restricted list, they will be required to undergo mandatory self-quarantine for 14 days when they return home. Karan adds, due to the rapid spread of COVID-19, new countries may be added to our restricted travel list at any time. Banks have begun to roll out hardship incentive packages to assist those feeling the financial impacts of COVID-19. The chair of the Association of Banks in Fiji, Rakesh Ram, says they've introduced a number of measures. Maggie Boyle reports.
Association Chair Rakesh Ram today assured Fijians that the banks remain in business.
We have ample liquidity in the market. We'll continue to lend to our customers. We'll continue to support our customers.
In response to the financial fallout of the coronavirus pandemic, there are cushioning measures in place.
As Association of Banks is a loan repayment break or suspension of repayments, so you don't have to pay your repayments for a set or agreed period of time. Number two, restructure of your loans, extend your terms, conditions, change your conditions, etc. to give you some flexibility. Short-term funding or top-up of loans.
Ram says they're also looking at interest rate reductions, fee waivers and concessions, all the while working with the RBF on their stimulus packages. Meanwhile, the Housing Authority, the country's biggest landlord, says they too are looking at how best to respond.
We do understand Housing Authority's customers are lower end of the market. Affordability is the key for them. Currently we are discussing the couple of packages in terms of what probably best to suit them.
The action of the Housing Authority and the banks are a sign of the response in helping the public to deal with the current situation. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The restriction implemented by India on medicine exports will be worrisome for the pharmaceutical sector if COVID-19 drags on for months. With Fiji importing all its medicine, local pharmacies have been advised to consider if drugs like paracetamol can be rationed according to the severity of need. The pharmaceutical sector is seeking other supply chains in order to have enough stock.
India has placed restrictions on about 12 molecules, let's say, that cannot be exported or are restricted for export outside of India. That does include paracetamol, a few antibiotics. Currently, we do have paracetamol coming in from Australia and New Zealand, so that should take care of that issue.
Maintaining social distance is one of the easiest ways to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The Fiji Medical Association says that COVID-19 is transmitted through droplets spread mostly through sneezing or coughing. President Dr. Bashrat Munshi says Fijians should start instilling habits that will reduce our chances of contracting the virus. Dr. Munshi is calling on Fijians to visit a doctor if they have any flu-like symptoms.
It's a social illness in a manner of speaking. So it's very highly infectious. So close contact increases the likelihood of transmission.
Stockpiling has put supermarket supply chains under severe pressure in COVID-19 affected countries, but local operators have assured that is not the case here because there is enough stock to cater for local demand. Extra Supermarket Audit Manager Shavnil Deo says their supply chain has not been affected due to the outbreak. The Food City Supermarket says they've been in constant contact with their local distributors and are well covered for the next few months.
We do import our own, and then we have distributors locally. Like right now, our suppliers from China, for now they are open. They are able to cover for all our pending orders. And as for the local suppliers, they also are covered for the next 4 months, I guess.
French visa services in Fiji are expected to slow down in the next few months due to the travel restrictions imposed by both Fiji and France. The service, which began late last year, has been operating smoothly, but this may change in light of the COVID-19 outbreak. French ambassador to Fiji, Jean-Francois Fiteau, says they have processed a good number of visa applications, particularly rugby players bound for various clubs.
I don't see how the visa service itself will be affected unless everybody catches the COVID-19. But so far, and thanks to the very commendable measures taken by the government of Fiji, this country is COVID-19 free.
Overseas, it's not just physical health at risk with coronavirus. There are also concerns the toll it is taking on mental health. The New Zealand government relief package announced yesterday includes 15 million New Zealand dollars for psychological support. Coming up, Willie Ricketts impressed with Pacific Combined team and no overseas teams for Maris Sevens.
Oira na ngone no de nunu ena bisi ni mataka.
Mersusunga da kena loma dina kena mikron.
Sakena ngau na mitaro bina no rabaksa ka wala loma takina ngone. Dalabina oya o meliki.
Bulre oya o Samuel Samuli.
Nama kikirau ena be mataka.
Oniti kena makarombuka.
Ni waitiri kalima na miniti me ona kina tiri na kaloko. Ena Radio Fiji One na ndomo ibiti.
Indaw kina na mataka. Dan ramay na singabo.
Welcome back. Former Taranaki coach Willie Ricketts has praised the fitness of the Fijian players named in the Pacific Combined team. It's a project designed by World Rugby to help players in the Pacific earn contracts abroad and continue their professional career. Under the guidance of Ricketts, the team consists of players from Tonga, Samoa and Fiji who were part of the World Rugby Pacific Challenge last week.
I've been particularly impressed with our Fijian boys. I think the academy program that's been running here has been very successful for the last 3 or 4 years, and I think as a result of the Fijian academy program, we're seeing some really good players coming into the combine.
There will be no overseas team participating in the Maris Sevens tournament, which will proceed as scheduled. This was confirmed by Marist Rugby Club President Lawrence Tikaram after rumours that there are overseas teams coming down to participate in the tournament in the wake of the COVID-19 outbreak.
Just to be clear, there are no overseas teams coming, amid some speculation that they were. We had an overseas manager that was supposed to arrive, but he's no longer coming now. But all teams are local based, all are grassroots Fijian rugby players that proudly support Fiji rugby.
Pools will be drawn later tonight at Marist High School. The tournament begins on Thursday at the ANZ Stadium in Suva. The Fire Women's Sevens team will be making its debut in the upcoming Maris Sevens tournament. The side is made up of female firefighters and high school students who are chasing their passion of rugby. Captain Teresia Dhamberi says they are looking to stamp their mark in the first outing.
Majority of the players are high school students, and this is the first time some of them are playing rugby. Our target going into the Maris Sevens is to reach the finals.
The New Zealand Warriors owners say the team is committed to staying in Australia for the remainder of the NRL season. The club's chief executive, though, has provided clarity, saying the team will only stay if it works for players' families. A flash flood warning remains in force for low-lying areas of Mreketilailai, Urata, Anuve and Bombale in Lambasa. A flash flood warning remains in force for low-lying areas of Mba, Tavwa and Rakiraki. An active trough of low pressure from the west is expected to affect the group from today. And that's your FBC Morning News. Remember to join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin for these stories and others. You can also tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. That's it from me for now. Have a good morning.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही हैं।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।